GM. Oh, damn. Good morning. This is just me. This isn't our buildle mode one. I was like, did I sign into the wrong one? Oop, GM. A GM oop. But yeah, I just was like, why don't we get ready this morning on camera? Not feeling the best. Like, great. Let's add something else on top. And I'm trying to get this to line up okay so I can still see and do my makeup. But anyways, I kind of like to do these time to time, like a story time, just like get to talk and by myself. And it's funny. It's like at this point, people will ask me like where Luana is because we've been a fucking duo for like a year now. I know she's the prettier one, guys. I just sometimes have to be a man. But it's been a really rough week. Hello, Shagor. It's been a really rough week. It's been a really rough month. If I could be honest, it's been a rough few months. But things are getting better. They always do. Who's Stega? Arena King. Who that is? Who's Stega? A Stega god, you better tell me who that is. I don't know if I should go in with a story time today. I just don't know what story to tell. I guess I could talk about some things that used to happen at the hospital. That's always fun. I also just like lost a lid to something. Oops. And that oops. But yeah, I figured, you know what? I got an hour, well, ish, maybe 45 minutes ish until I need to be on the podcast. And I just figured, why not do some makeup on stream? So last week I had an agenda when I did this, and it did pretty good. This week I don't, so we'll see if that is still the same. But I don't know. I mean, last week I had a story, and last week's story was just talking about different things. So, like, why don't I talk about how I got into the job that I'm doing right now? And so, a lot of people, like, if you're watching, like, on TikTok or Twitch, you're like, I don't even know what some of this stuff is. Just stop me, ask me what that is, and I'll answer it because that's just easier for me. But so how I got started. So I got into what's called Web3. I don't know why we decided to call things Web 2, Web 3, but we did. We, talk about how important it is to be in Web 2, yet we named it Web 3 so people couldn't find it. But basically what it is like crypto, right? And now I know what you're saying. Oh my God, that's so scammy. Blah, 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 blah. No, it's a land of opportunity. And so I actually found it in 2020. I thought it was so stupid at first. Why would you pay hundreds of dollars for a picture on the internet? You know? Like, why would anybody do that? Why would you waste your money on something on the internet like that and then just what? Hope it does good and then it doesn't, and then you just have a picture you paid a lot of money for. And in a way, now I understand like that's, art and they're still quote unquote tokens and all these things, right? But at the time, 2020 me did not understand. Then, whenever I had gotten in 2020, there were, you could do what's called an airdrop. You could click on a link, which is definitely a no now. Like, even in regular life, do not click on links, like, dangerous as hell. Do not click on links that you do not know what they are. Go to virustotal.com, put that link into there, and make sure that they're not like gonna steal any information from your computer, because things in crypto, like your wallet, you have that in regular everyday life. Some people have their credit cards saved to their phone, so this pertains to anybody. But back in 2020, that option was just not there. You could click a link on Twitter and get airdropped one of these pictures, okay? And so that is called an NFT. So I used to be what's called a flipper. I don't know. I mean, I was a total degen. I don't agree with this anymore, and I don't do this anymore. But I would I would get these free mints, and then on mint day, so whenever they would launch the collection of art, I would then undercut the floor and sell it for less than what they were selling for, because I didn't care. I didn't care about the art. I didn't care about the people. It wasn't that I didn't care. It was that I was misinformed and didn't understand what was going on at the time. And so now understand how much time, effort goes into these things. Money, effort, and time. But at that time, I did not understand that. So, I ended up finding a project that we really loved, because like at that time we found people would launch these collections, people would pay money for them, and then they would kind of like essentially fuck off, right? And so we finally found one. 2020 area was something called Love Monster. And it was promised to be a game. It was on XRP. You clicked the link, you got your airdrop. We bought land, we got even more JPEGs. The land was like $7,000, guys. Like, I'm still so fucking mad when I think about it. And so big promises for this to become a game, which it did eventually, but where is it now? Great question. So, okay, hold on. I'm like trying to multitask here. I don't ever put this on my face because your face gets yucky. But okay, let me get back to it. So 2020, right? We found that project called Love Monster. We were so excited. The community was amazing. Like, everybody there was like pretty normal. And it was just nice to have like a forum or a chat room of people that were from around the world, that me, as coming from like a nursing background, I really find people interesting and I like to find things out about them. That's just who I am. I'm very nosy. I come from like, my dad was a cop, my mom was a teacher. So my mom got all the tea from students and my dad got all the tea from like working on the streets. And so, that's just life. So me having those two people always in my business, I just like asking people questions. I just think it's so fascinating to find that people live so differently. Like, I grew up really, really poor, like food stamps poor, poverty level very poor. Like, grew up a minority where I lived poor, and I'm thankful for that. But now I'm still poor, but I have things, so I don't know if that's any different. So I back to the point. I just liked people, and when I went into nursing, would ask questions about people's lives, because that was the only gateway or opportunity that I had. Like, I wasn't on social media at that time. I actually didn't start social media things until after I quit at the hospital. And so anyways, so when I was in this project, this was back in the day. Anybody here like 2021 area remember this? But basically in Discord, you had to talk to get to level 5 in your Discord in order to get a role for a whitelist mint. And what a whitelist mint is, for people that aren't in crypto, is essentially just like it's basically like a ticket to buy something. And so you're like first in line with this ticket, and you don't have to wait as long as people who don't have a ticket. Like, almost like the ride at Disney World, where you buy money, you pay for the whitelist, and you get into the very front of the line. Like, you pay for those special tickets, right? And I'm going in big today with this makeup because I can't find my foundation, so we're just going in all over with concealer, which I know a lot of people that watch me are men, and you're like, I don't even understand what that is. Don't worry, it's fine. I'm not going to explain makeup to you today, but I can maybe in the future. Anyways, so okay, so level 5 grinding, I would just talk to people. It was like the idea situation for me, because like I loved to talk to people, and I still to this day do. Like, doesn't make sense probably. So anyways, would get people to level 5 so they could get these tickets, right? And so I loved it. I loved every fucking minute of it. And after being so helpful, because like people would have questions about the project, like, you know, where can I find this, where can I find that, I see this, what's this mean? And I knew that project like the back of my hand, because like I started growing with them like as soon as they had created everything. And so I kind of had essentially like the recipe, I knew all the information, and I would help people. So that was 2021. And I think 2022, like not too long in, it was like 2022, um, maybe like, yeah, 2022, definitely like January, because that's when I made my Twitter. So whenever I made my Twitter is whenever I became a mod, because the requirement was to have LM in your name for Love Monster, but be able to help people on Twitter. And so I did that. I was Vincent Van Home. Vincent Van Ho was my name because we worked in art, and I just thought it was so funny. You know, like I was Vincent Van Bro, and it ended up changing it to Vincent Van Ho because people were calling me sir. Now people still call me sir, so I don't think that even matters. So I was Vincent Van Holm on Twitter. I became a mod. I would help people. And then came the thing where the SEC had hit XRP. Basically, it was in a lawsuit. Everything was locked up. All of our stuff was locked up. This was not good for the project, because in order for the project to grow, they needed to have their game out. Like in order to get funding and money, they needed to have the game out. So they ended up moving to something called Clever, and that shit sucked. That place stole millions of dollars through an error, an exploit in the in frame. Basically, like going to your favorite website, clicking on a link, and finding out, oh shit, it's been compromised. It was compromised. And so they lost millions of dollars. It wasn't covered until a lot later. There's a lot of he said, she said blaming, like blaming the team and then blaming the devs. But I was on the back end. I saw all of that. So it really was not a love monster thing, it was a Clever thing. And so then we were in dire need to get off that chain. We did not want to be with them anymore. They had already stole $500,000, sent everybody 2 images instead of 1 for all my normies, all my normal friends. And it was a dire situation. So we moved to Avalanche. And we moved to Avalanche probably 2022, but that was like maybe summer 22. And so yeah, then we had, and I was just a mod. I had to help get all the wallets, all the information to people. We'll just say like basically like getting everybody's email address, and or we'll just say, let's put this in real world perspective, okay? I had to get everybody's wallet. So just imagine on your phone, maybe Apple had an issue and they had to reach out to everybody on Apple and get their credit card number to get a return sent, okay? We'll just put it in the simplest terms. So I then had to get all of this information and send it to somebody of higher being. So basically, I was a moderator, but really now just like a fucking clerk because of the way that I had to do all this stuff. And so then came a period where I was like, okay, I'm just a moderator in here. I wasn't getting paid. I had done a lot of work, but it was time for me to get to work. And so I, instead of being online anymore, like I would still be a moderator. I just wasn't there all the time. Like at that point in my life, like I wanted to return to work. I wanted to go work at my kids' school. I wanted to spend time with them. I wanted to have the same hours as them, because I was going from being a stay-at-home mom now, not having to be like a working mom, because like I did work in nursing, but that was until 2014. And so I then wanted to go back to work. So I went back to school and started working in education. I was a paraprofessional in education, but in Oklahoma, because of like the laws and stuff, like there weren't enough teachers in kindergarten. One of the teachers I worked with, that was like when I was a para, I was going to be like a TA, a teacher's assistant. At first I started as like a paraprofessional in special needs because my oldest son is autistic, and I just find a passion to help other autistic children. Like I have a lot of patience from that experience because he's a lot different now than he was as a kid. And so I really just wanted to fill my time helping other people's children and like teaching them patience, like the way that my teachers had taught my son. And so then they moved me to kindergarten. Like I was a teacher assistant there. It was supposed to be one-on-one para and student. So one-on-one, me with one student, I would be in a classroom and I would be helping this kid out. Well, the teacher ended up getting fired, and they didn't have another teacher or a substitute because they would rather pay. I'm already on staff. They would rather pay me no money, the same money I was getting, to be a paraprofessional and actually fucking teach the class, y'all. Those poor kids, I had no idea what I was doing. I had information they had given me, and I had to teach a fucking kindergarten class. The fuck? Like, I made it so fun. We had a good time, but good morning, good morning, good morning. Trixie Pixie, I love you. Hi. Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Arena King. Good morning, Poor Ray. How are you guys today? Just kind of talking about story time. It was like how I got into crypto. But back to the school. This is 2022, I think. 2021, 2022. 2022 is when my cat died, so 2022. I'm teaching this kindergarten class. I love it, but then comes the diagnosis that I have rheumatoid arthritis, and it is at a further state than what I had thought. Like, I had been looking into this diagnosis literally since I was a kid and never got answers because I have a complicated form that isn't shown on lab results. So went years without knowing that, but finally went to a specialist, waited 2 years to see them, and then come to find out I have rheumatoid arthritis and it is severe, and now I need to take medications that put me and knock my immune system down. So I'm working in education, the grimiest sector of the world. I'm talking petri dishes. I was always sick. So when I started the injections, I now got pneumonia. A kid sneezed in my face. I got pneumonia. So I had to quit my job there. I was devastated. And so then came the time again where I was like, well, maybe if I work in just the office, the transmission will be low. So I told Love Monster, like, hey, I can't work here anymore. I'm not making money from you guys. I'm free work and I want to work full time. And so they actually, I at this time had a podcast. Funny enough, I had a podcast basically. It was like a Twitter space. But for my normal friends, it was a podcast, but no video. And so they wanted me to do theirs. They wanted me to host their Twitter spaces, and I did. So then now I was paid not much at that time. It was like $400 a month, which is cool. I mean, that's cool as somebody who didn't get paid and now gets paid. So that was me like not having a job and then having a job, and I was kind of excited about it. So I ran their Twitter spaces and I was still a mod, but I was paid and I was able to stay home. And then same time period that I got hired there, my sister-in-law had a baby and I watched him full time. So I was now a nanny and working pretty much full time for pennies for this company. And so I was really excited. And so yeah, then it came to where we started marketing the game. Now we had a full Forge game. And me and myself were like so excited because I love this game. It's like all the games I ever played that I loved. And so I think that's why I loved it so much. And so, yeah, so flash forward like 2020, I think we're in 2022. So 2023, we start ramping up the marketing campaign. It's a mobile game. It's already out on Apple. It's out on Android. I now go from being a community host of just spaces, and they don't want me to do that anymore because the marketing team we hired said I was the lunch lady of Web3, that I looked like a lunch lady, I acted like a lunch lady, and that if I ever wanted to see any deeper part of Web3 or crypto in the terms of entertainment, I would need to up my style, basically. And I did it. I listened to those motherfuckers and I did it. And so they did not, makeup looks good on me. Oh my god, thanks guys. Yeah, today's the debut of Arena mode and it's here on Arena and I'm really excited. So I wanted to do my makeup really good. So thank you so much. Anyways, so now I was an executive assistant. I now handled all of the founders. You can see like my extensions in my hair. You could see all my extensions. I was now the executive assistant for a large game that was getting pretty good funding in crypto. And so it was on AVAX, and instead of now having my Twitter space for them, I was now an executive assistant. I would make sure to take notes in the meetings, let him know when he had a meeting. I dealt with his calendar. I kept it organized. We kept it polished. And that's what I did for a long time. Well, then he came to the conclusion that he just did not want me to do it anymore because once we hit time change between United States and Spain, like things got really weird because there's a 2-week time change for Google. Okay? 2 weeks. And there's 2 weeks in your calendar during these time changes that nothing syncs right. Nothing goes as planned. Nothing. And I mean absolutely nothing. And so he was like, look, I'm going to keep care of my calendar. But I want you to come with me. He would do like a lot of the meetings and stuff himself. And he's like, I just don't have time to do it anymore, which now that I'm at a different level of respect, I understand. So I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I started following him around to these meetings. And basically at this time it was like in Discord and it was just like showing people our game and how to play, which this game was not something you would market to new people because it had a lot of like learning and mechanisms. But I figured out a way to make it fun so people would know this. And so there was one time, like we had a marketing company there. They did not want me to be teaching the game. They did not want me talking about the game. They did not want me on stage. But then came my lucky break because in one of the stages, their microphones wouldn't work, but I had been a part of this community. They let me up, and it was my time to shine. So I did. What did I do? I showed my love for the game, and I explained it in kindergarten terms because that's what I just came from. And guess what? That was the start of my streaming career. Not like the start of, because I actually did stream on Twitch since 2017, but I streamed Minecraft. So, not the same, but again, ish the same. So I would help people learn how to play this game. And I loved it. I loved every freaking minute of it. And so I then now was doing multiple game nights a week, where I taught people how to play Love Monster. We would give out prizes and we would just, have a good time. I loved it. I was so good at it. That was 2023, and then they decided in May to launch a token, which was like the biggest mistake not any game. Like some games can do it. I just feel like a lot of games are not able to do it. So this is one of them. Do you know when it will launch? This game already rugged. This is the start of my Web3 career. So which was Love Monster, and you can go look. They haven't posted since December. And their LLC collapsed already because I've been keeping up with that. I'm pretty sure the founder's already on to another project. Anyways, Web3, man. Okay, so then I'm in my position, right? Like I'm doing game nights. People are noticing. They want this for their games. They want me to do the same. And that's actually how Avalanche approached me. We love the passion you bring to game nights. We would love for you to help with ours. Bet. Say less. I ended up helping. I still help with those. Those are my favorite game nights. And so I'm helping with Avalanche's game nights. This is 2023. And I'm ecstatic. So I help them, and then came a period where my hours get reduced at Love Monster. Because they launched the token. It went to shit. I was getting death threats. Yes, death threats. Death threats in my mail that I was the issue. I was the reason why it went down, which it wasn't. I had nothing to do hands-on with the project other than the fact that I worked there. Like, if any of their prizes were won, they set up a wallet that they were in control of and that I would then go and send things from that wallet. But if there was nothing in that wallet, like everything was on them because I had given away so many of my own. And so after that happened, after they launched the token and it went to 0, they ended up firing a lot of people, which they made me do. They made me tell people, like, moderators that I loved, like, hey, we can't keep you on staff anymore, even though they were free, bro. Like, he was not paying these mods. But I was sending them NFTs and things for their help because I just appreciate when people help me. And if I have them, I will. And so I had to let all of them go. That was so freaking hard. I don't want to fire people unless, like, it's me who needs to fire somebody. So I'm firing for another person, another man. Ridiculous. This man ghosted people, like, would ghost them. So terrible. Anyways, so I ended up getting my hours reduced and this happened. I was actually on... Oh, what up, Real Martin? How you been, man? It's been a long time. Yeah, follow me. I'll follow you back. Thanks for your support on TikTok. I'm also on Twitter right now too, and the Arena app. But and Twitch and all the other things. Anyways, so now I have less hours. My hours were cut. My income was cut. And this all happened while I was in a game night for this team, and it was called, the game night was with Castle Blackwater. So I just start crying, and I had to turn off the stream, and I had to just, it was so embarrassing to me. Like, the team's like, oh my God, are you okay? Can we help you? Like, I'm like, no, it's okay. They actually tried to hire me full-time as a community manager, and I ended up saying no. What? I wish I would have said yes. I love that team. So I then now picked up working at Dark Times, which is a game on Sui. And I love them. I worked with them a long time, but they also launched a token. But they launched their token before the game was ready. And it also went to 0. And they're still working on a game. It just isn't out yet. And I still talk with that team sometimes. And so I, at that point, have had thousands of game nights under my belt. I've hosted thousands of game nights probably at this point in my life. And so, I don't know. I just like people. Like I said, it goes back to that. I started as a moderator and worked all my way up to every freaking level at this point in life. Like, I've been a founder, I've been a CEO, I've been a moderator, I've been an executive assistant, I've been a BD, I've been a community lead. But community lead is where I stay because I love it. Like, that's where I like to be. Almost bought the Cheeto palette, girl. Listen. This is little kid makeup. And this is my arena look for the day. Because we're launching our arena mode. My eyeliner is definitely cousins, not twins. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. So, yeah. Then at this point, Love Monster shuts down. I ended up co-founding a horde of girlies in gaming called Girls Are Gonna Make It. It was Gag Me. We did pretty well. I loved what we were doing, but I didn't love who I was working with, if that makes sense. And we ended up all unanimously deciding to move on with our lives. I had about a month in there where I didn't talk to anybody. I did not talk to anyone. I was depressed. I was sad. Like, I quit my dark time jobs to go full time on this, even though I wasn't making any money. I ended up giving all my paychecks to the other girls because they were single moms. And at that time, my husband had a full-time job and we were set. Not now. Like, now I'm like, I have no money because the terrorists took his job as well. So we ended up dissolving. I didn't talk to anybody for a month. I kept up with my Avalanche. I was like on, the creator team and paid through them, and honestly still am, and I really love it. Like, that's like one of my favorite things. And yeah, I didn't talk to anybody. I just made my content that I needed to and then fucked off, basically. Like, I did not want to be in Web3 anymore. I didn't want to be in crypto anymore. I didn't want to. Like, I was so done. I was so done with people after all this had happened that I wanted to disappear. I didn't even care. And in comes Luana. She's like, Van Hell, you need to get yourself out of this depressed mess. And I was just like, I don't even know how. And so, she this whole time had been like, we'd be in conversations. We actually nonstop played Repo every single night. and at one point started laughing again. And she was like, all right, here's what we're going to do. And I'm like, I don't want to anymore. Like, I don't want to be in business anymore. I would rather work for somebody. I would rather be a community manager and make some teams shine than like possibly fail again. And she's like, but you didn't fail. And she gave me the tea and she laid it out. And I was like, you're right. We didn't fail. It was just a cake recipe and the ingredients were not the right ones, right? And so then we, I was like, all right, so what do we want to do? And she's like, I really would like to go more educational based. I'm like, bitch, you already know I'm into education. Like, this is exactly what I think we need. And so we really sat down and started talking about like why we think projects fail, what things need, and how we could help with that, right? And so she pulled me out of depression. We started getting to work. I finally had purpose again, and we created Build Mode, which you guys know and love today. And I feel like now we just don't have time for me to be on here doing like makeup, get ready with me's and gaming and all of these things, but I still try to do it. So like today, I tried to do it. Like I got 10 minutes before I got to go get into that call. But basically started from nothing, worked my way to the top, and now am like a pretty big breadwinner in terms of family. And I'm super thankful of that. And I think back to all of the experiences I've ever been to, all the people that have ever fucked me over. And the thing is like, yeah, that shit did happen. Like that happened. It happened. And it happened lots of times here. But the thing is, you just kind of start to learn what people say and do when they are manipulative and like what it is that they will make you believe, right? And so now knowing those red flags have not worked with a lot of people because of that. So I'll say that even though bad things have happened in previous, and like I haven't even gone into detail because like half these experiences with all these different people have been a nightmare, like a living hell, a literal nightmare. And so I, at this point in life, just decided like, fuck, like I'm just gonna be the good person that I am, not worry about shitty people like that, and we're gonna continue on. And that's exactly where I am in my life. Like I now don't look at Twitter and think, God, I wish I had that. Because I noticed like people are just lie. Crypto bought me this jet. It didn't. That's not your jet. That's actually, I know whose jet that is. And I see people believe it all the time. And so now I see these signs and I know like people are not making the money, life-changing money that they say they are. For me, life-changing money was able to pay for my family and stay home and bless my family. And some of these people say they make it trading, and I do believe that. Like I have seen people win on trading, but in terms of creators on the timeline and KOLs, like no, like especially ones that I know. So I now no longer let that get. We going like 2000 whatever with this look. But point being, I now don't let Twitter decide what type of person I am, because I realize like, damn, all these people just be lying to you. And I'm not a liar. I'm not that. Oh my God. Are we going? Oh no. We messed up. Anyways, I don't let that depict anymore, because like I've just been seeing a lot of people lie. Like, oh, I made this during the bull cycle and I bought myself a jet. You didn't. That's not your jet. Oh, I got this Rolex. Oh, I got this fucking Burke bag. Or, oh, look at my Porsche. Like, I just don't pay attention to anything like that anymore. And oh my God, I fucked up. I feel like if I keep messing with it, it's gonna get worse. Hold on, I'll be right back. Also, like, I just kind of, like, started to realize what type of people were, because tell me why nobody's talked to me since the whole thing, since the whole breakup, because they've heard lies about me. And I'm fully one of those people that, like, if you believe in lies and you don't want to ask me what happens, like, you already knew. You already knew you wanted that information. And there's a lot of people that do that. And so now I have people that are just talking to me because of things that we've closed, like partnerships and deals. People asking me what's next, who I'm talking to. And I've started to realize, like, it isn't because they're friends with me or even care. It's because they also want to get ahead. So I've stopped talking to people, honestly, because there's just so many people that are like, come shill this here, come shill that there, come do this, come do that. And I'm like, I just don't have time anymore. Like, I'm trying to help grow a business, and I want to end up hiring people. Like, I'm never going to get anywhere if I just keep letting people yank me around. And so I'm still helpful, like, but it's at this time, like, I've just realized, like, damn. Like, people I thought were friends, coming to find out they're just absolutely not. So now on this self-healing journey of, like, you know, if it's valuable for me, then then it will be addressed, but not just helping other people get ahead in life anymore. Like, I've spent like 20 years doing that shit. Everybody in my life, my mom, my dad, everybody, like, would always play into something. Oh, you can post this on your social media so I can. And the minute that I wasn't available to my family, they all fucked off. Even though I was the one that was able to full-time help anybody at the drop of the hat, nobody would help me. And I think that's so human nature. Like, if it's not anything in it for you, then people just leave away, you know? And so there's only a few people here that I've just, like, noticed are super excited about things that are happening. And then there's people that would say that they're friends and they just, like, end up fucking off. Like, it's kind of crazy. So I've just starting to learn, like, not everybody here is your friend. Not everybody here has your interest at heart. Like, people will literally use you to get themselves ahead and then drop you like a hat just the minute you decide to help them. And so I've just been deciding to protect my own energy and time and effort, because I like helping people, and it's where I got this far ahead in life today. But it's now come to the point that it's not people needing help. They just want a leg up. And that's totally different. Like, if you're asking me, like, can you help me with this? I'm always like a yes person. But lately I've just been, like, ignoring people. Which I'm so sorry if you're in my DMs and I haven't replied. Like, it's literally like I am so busy at this point that I'm not able to just sit down and reply to people anymore. Like, I'm helping build things, helping build graphics, helping with, like, podcast layouts. Like, we have one every single day now. And what got me the most is I do still have a lot of friends here that are just for friends, right? And I love that so much. But there was a period in my life where I was like, it doesn't take anything to reply. It doesn't take anything to be like, hey, you know, here's this. But now I'm just realizing, like, I think at a certain level, people are like, they don't know anymore who actually needs help and who's just there to help gain on your expense. And that's so crazy to say, but it's so true. And I never saw that. Like, I never understood what anybody on TikTok talked about, or, like, any of these things. And so I don't know, man. Oh, thank you so much for the tip. Trade stuff. But it sucks because, like, I had a lot of friends, and, like, now finding they're not my friends. And I found out, like, nobody's really supportive unless it benefits them. And it's crazy. It's crazy to me. Like, I had somebody I have not talked to in a year. Has ghosted me. I lied. It's been March. Vegas. They have not talked to me since Vegas. Fucked off. Even at GDC, when I saw them, would not talk to me. And that's okay. But tell me why they came out of the woodwork now, after this arena partnership, and want to know what's going on in my life. They want to know what the partnership includes. Like, that's not any information I'd ever ask anybody else. I'm not going to ask you what your partnership entails. I'm not going to ask you those things. Like, so why are you asking me? And I've noticed, like, the more you run your mouth about things, the more people are going to ruin it. The more people want to sabotage it. Man, I feel like I did my makeup today like a fucking Picasso. Like, this side does not look as good as this side. Did we fix it? girlies, if there's any girls in here, just scream at me now. Like, do not fix it. I would rather look Picasso than like have one all the way up to my eyebrow, but here we are. We're gonna try to fix it. But it's crazy. Like, you have to protect yourself at some point. Like if you're super open and friendly all the time, stop it, because you're giving people your ideas. You're giving people your successes. Like, okay, so this side is like my good side. It looks good, honey. It looks good. And then this side is like, oh, look, a strawberry. Okay, thank you. Oh, you're on here with 2 of your accounts. Kyron, I didn't know that you were the CEO of TradeStar. That's cool. You look fabulous too to me. Okay, I won't mess with it then. Also, what up, Poppy Abraham? I'm actually at the top of the hour going to be in Build Mode Podcast. We are the first unofficial official podcast of the arena. So like everybody has a podcast here, but we are actually partnered with them now. And so I'm super excited. Are you going live? Oh no, I'm sad I'll have to miss it. I'm actually about to go live soon as well, but I'm so happy for you. That's so exciting. How can I follow back on here? No, I just can tip. Oh, man, that's kind of a bummer. I wish they had a follow back. Follow back. Yeah, we would love that if you came on a podcast. Thanks for following. I go back through and follow everybody back. But my point being, when things start, people don't care about you when things are going bad. They only care about you when things are going good. And if you have those type of people in your life, you've now found out like why they're invested in you, right? So, and a lot of this has literally come since April. I've had to learn these things. Like, I think that my parents never had to teach me that. They taught me to be nice to everybody. They taught me to always help, that you never know what's going on in people's lives. And I feel like they set me up for failure. I think that there is a time to be nice and helpful. And I'm so nice and helpful. But there's also a time that I need to remember, like, I am a mom. I take care of my entire family now. Like, I have to clean the house. I have to get groceries on top of working full time. And I've learned now that my time is more precious. My kids are getting older. They're not going to want to be here forever. Like, they're not going to be cute and little and like, can I have lunch? Like, no, they're about to they're now hitting 5th grade. Mom's not about to be cool anymore. One of my youngest son already is embarrassed by me. He's like, Mom, you're so cringe. And he's right. Okay, I am, and it's fine. But I'm like, if I want to spend my time with my family, I'm going to do it. And so I literally take weekends off, and I've been judged for that. But it's like, I wish I was a single. No, I don't wish, but I'm just saying, like, if I were a single person, no significant other, I'd be here 24/7. But I also want to build connections with my kids, because like my dad worked full time. He worked like 3 jobs just so we could get by. And he didn't start getting more time off until we were all grown out. And, oh, I'm about to start crying. That's just so, like, like, I don't want that to be the same. I want to have fun with them. And then it's just, like, at the end of the day, I also have an autoimmune disorder, and I'm so tired. Like, we had a rough week. Like, my dog died last Monday. He was 15. We had to put him down, and it sucked. He was ready. He didn't cry. Nothing happened. He just went peacefully, and I wasn't ready. And same weekend, we got into a nasty car accident, and I need to call about that today. But my little boy sits in the office with me sometimes and like pretends to work. You can work and give them all the time that they need. Yeah, honestly, and I don't even feel bad about them coming in during meetings anymore. I'm just like, hey, I'll be out in like, XYZ, and then never out in that time. Why do they always run over? Because I need to value my time more, is essentially it. But at this level too, you realize, like, people will say, like, I don't understand why you don't want to give your community something free. Like, but that's different. Like, if you're just giving it for me to give free to my community, that's fine. But if you're like, oh, and then do this and post it here, you're now asking for marketing. And that's what I charge for. Sorry for the loss of your pet. Thank you so much. My kids joined the daily call I have with the team. Oh my God, yeah, team calls. I know Luana's entire family. I know her kids. I don't know why I'm putting these in. I know her kids. She knows my kids. I've seen her mom in her underwear. It was an accident, but still. I mean, I used to work in nursing. It don't bother me. Haha, girl dad here. And yeah, I'm cringe too. But we do what we do. Iceman! Yeah. So my oldest son's autistic. He's 11. Amazing. He's literally like just as funny as I am, but quick with it. And my other son, he's 9. He just turned 9. Fireball. Okay. Second one is not as easy, I swear to God. Came out swinging. We've called him Brutus. Like he definitely from babyhood came out rough and tumble. I That's cool, you know. And so yeah, he's also more, he's not all boy, okay? And it's because he gotta go pep for the stream. Oh, I'll see you later, Karen. I didn't say your name. Kieran. Sorry, man, gotta go prep for the stream. Drop me a DM if you want to do something on the podcast or join one of our streams sometime. Oh, I would absolutely love that. Key Ron. Ooh, okay, thank you for the I'll be saying it Ron. It's gonna be AA Ron from now on. But hey, good luck with your stream. I'm actually about to go too. I'm gonna talk 8 more minutes before I hop. But good luck on your stream today. Peace. But yeah, they're great. So my youngest, like I said, he like always been obsessed with cats and girls, but like things girls do too. So he really likes more of the girlier things, and I kind of love it. So, but we're kind of hitting in where like why are 4th graders so mean? Like calling him gay, and he's like, I'm not. Like I have a girlfriend. Like I just like cats. Like why can't boys like cats? And I agree. Like why can boys not like cats too? I didn't know that. Like if you were a girl, you had to have a cat, or like if you were a boy, you had to have a dog. Like I don't know, but he is my more I would say in tune with feminine, in tune with girls. Okay, he's gonna make a great husband to anybody he decides to pick someday. But I for his birthday bought him tickets to The Descendants. The zombie show is coming here, and I'm so excited to take him. I'm like, let's make outfits. Like, what do they wear? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, so we now need to do homework. Hey, Aaron, Jaqueline, where are you, Jaqueline? Yeah, girl. But anyways, that's how I got into Web3. Just showed up every day, helpful, answered questions, put my humanity and wants and needs aside to work for pennies. And then at one point, stopped sending like a price sheet to people, and they told me how much they wanted to pay me, and why was it always like 10 times more than what I was charging? So then I got a baseline for what people charge, and that's what I started charging. And yeah, I need to get back into making content. I'm supposed to make one today, but yeah, which I'm gonna make one for Core App. Anybody want to give me some key Core App facts? What they want me to do in the time that I have, I just don't think that I can make it happen. So I've got to get creative about it. I have like a whole thing that I stayed up late drawing out for today, but I already did my makeup, already got my morning started. So I don't know how I'm going to play into it. They want it more skit-like because I've been doing skits lately. And I'm like, fuck, those just came to me. Like at the store, at this. Priceless is something I have no idea about. Girl, and I will help you. Like I just went this whole hour talking about like protecting your peace and help who you want to help and help all these people. But baby girl, you are one person I will always help. I don't feel that way about you. Like I don't feel like you're here to just extract and like, wow, she helped me. Like fuck off and then go off. Like I can't tell you how many people I've gotten onto like the creator team here. I can't tell you how many people I've brought in from Web 2 that are now AVAX and like getting paid and like we're like basically like a big fuck you to me. And at the end of the day, I try not to think about the fuck yous. I think I helped somebody. I helped a family. I helped somebody. But like at this point, I'm so done doing it. But girl, Pixie Trixie, I'll help you no matter what. Haha, my girl's 12 and 9. Oldest TikTok power user. I asked her for advice. Youngest we outside boy stuff, dirt bikes, 4 wheels, rock climbing. Oh my god, I love that. You have 2 girls. So they're like the same ages as mine almost. So 12 and 9, and I have 11 and 9. My oldest is obsessed with YouTube, and he wants to be a YouTuber, and delayed is not denied. Oh my god, I love that, Poppy. Honestly, I missed you. How have you been doing? But yeah, so he's on YouTube. He got a Meta from his grandparents because grandparents forgot his birthday for Christmas and got him like the freaking Meta 3 Quest, whatever, 4, I don't know, the newest one, the freaking $500 one. And then my youngest son, they remembered his birthday, but they brought him cookies. I felt so bad for him. And yeah, so they share it, but now it's my oldest one. He plays with it all the time, and he's with his friends on it. All his friends have one, and my youngest son plays Roblox. Like he's really big into Roblox. He's into Poppy Playtime, like the scarier ones, and then he's obsessed with Grow Garden right now, which it's a good game. Can we all agree now? Like that's a pretty. I would play that game. Why don't I do that this weekend? I'm gonna play a game with him. School is about to starting, and I actually incentivize my kids. So I, during the school year, have a series on Fridays where I stream live with my kids. Now I don't have their faces showing, just their commentary, the things they say. We play games together, and that is enthusiasm for them to have a good week because they want to be YouTubers so bad. But one, I don't have the time to monitor their accounts. Two, I'm not going to pay somebody to do it. And three, people are cruel. People are mean. Like, even in Roblox, even in YouTube, even to me. Like, I'm a fucking grown adult and you're still saying shit to me. Like, can't tell you how much whitening and stuff I've had on my teeth, and now I'm straightening them. But that straightening is irrelevant. It's not because of how crooked they were. Actually, I liked them before. This is week 7 with braces, and we are now like, it doesn't even look like my smile. It doesn't look like my teeth. Like, they had to shave some of them so they would straighten, and God, it sucks. It sucks. Braces suck. They suck. I think I only have to wear them for 20 weeks, though. That's 4 months. That's not long. But they're literally, like, these are brand new, so I don't mind showing them. Like, I just got this week 7 out. They're literally, like, 3D etched. I don't know if I can even. These are literally. Invisalign is literally just 3D prints. Like, oh, there it goes. Can you see, like, the little ridges? Like, these are brand new out the package, so that's not wetness in there. That's literally the stripes from the 3D printer. But I can't drink my coffee in them or they turn yellow. GM AVAX, bro. I just got done talking about, like, how I got into crypto and how I ended up getting into a paid position. Long story short, TLDR, if you're just popping in, I was somebody's bitch for, like, years until they decided to pay me. I did free work for multiple companies for a long time. My largest gross income, 1 month. And I don't make that anymore, so let me just put that transparency out. I'm making like 10% of this. But anyway, so I made at my highest month was 10K. But I worked on 3 teams at the time. They didn't all know. It's just like what I do as a community manager is easily replicated in a few places. So I had 3 jobs. That was easy for me to just commute, you know? And then also it was a poppin' time. I think it was March. Poppin' time for gaming. So I was constantly being approached for gaming content, and yeah, pissing people off. So then whenever the market kind of crashed in April, I lost 4 of those. I lost 4 of the 5. And yeah, working hard still, but I'm just like super positive and like, no, things will change. And I don't know. I can go work for a team again. I mean, I've had a lot of people offering me positions, but there's something about some teams that are so prideful in what they do that they don't realize it's wrong or take advice from others, which is okay. Like, if I'd taken the advice from everybody who's given me advice, I'd probably not be here today or be in a different place. But when you've worked in Web3 gaming for like 5 years and you've now worked with multiple teams, you've heard thousands of spaces covering the subject, you kind of end up I'm not in any way an expert. I'll never say that. But I'll say community in Web3 gaming is definitely my forte. So moving to a podcast was kind of linear. I like asking people questions. I like to know how they are. I like to know how people's days are going. Like, that's just something I really enjoy and love. And I like building communities. I like meeting new people. I I'm not just an AVAX girl. Like, people get so shocked, but like, I know people from all blockchains. Like, I'm a people person. I'm not the segregation of crypto. Like, there's so many people who are like AVAX only. Do you know what would happen if we all opened the doors and started to support each other? Like, probably really good things, right? So that's always been my mission. It's like, yeah, AVAX is my favorite. It's probably my home. And there's so many different blockchains that are doing the same thing, maybe at a different scale or a different time or a different level. And I think that, like, I think Avalanche is made for mass adoption. Like, it's not going to go down the minute we get millions of people. Um, I remember that happened whenever we had this meme coin, and it's never been the same since. But it did. The gas prices did get high, but they've literally taken that and made it so much better. But I like that they're also getting real world involved. And I don't know exactly what goes into those partnerships, if it's money or time, or if it's like them paying to have their name on. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But I know that all the blockchains are doing the same thing, but trying to do it different. But why can we not do it differently together? I don't know. I think that's why I gravitate towards people that are like adoption, like Avalanche, or like I really like Midnight. They haven't launched theirs yet, but I really like the concept of privacy, data, and just their main mission is not to be singular. What we do as a community to bring more people to Arena? Any suggestion? I mean, that's what I'm working on right now, is bringing more people to the Arena and inflowing them back into Avalanche. But literally, is what I'm doing is like interviewing people from other communities. Like, if you want your community to grow, bring in other communities. Like, that's XYZ. But like, so I would take whatever you're doing in time, figure out how to make that happen, whether it be partnerships, collabs. You know, word of mouth is the strongest form of power than marketing, but it's a form of marketing as well. Use it to your own will. Gotta head out. Second pot of coffee is done. Time to put in some work. Iceman, you have a good day. Give those girls a hug. I'm so proud of you. You're a great dad and a great friend. Thanks for always being here and supporting. And I need to start following you. I follow you. I just need to get you back in the timeline. I just haven't had time. It's been really busy. We have like a daily podcast now, and I think Thursday's the only day I don't have one. And then the weekend, I'm so tired. I sleep the whole time. But I need to start getting back in gaming. I'm gonna start that this week. And then like tonight I have a game night. But I'm also gonna go. I have to get ready for build mode, which will be here in Arena only today. So if you guys aren't on Arena, I'll post my link under Twitter. I'll post my link under this stream on Twitter, on TikTok, Twitch, like CEO. I'm just reading CEO off my stream. And then that way you guys can find us. But we'll be on the build mode one. I'll retweet it from my actual Arena. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. Also, just remember, like, the way that we share things is to, like, work together. You have to work together with other people in order for it to work. Like, you can't just work. No single person's ever done anything by themselves in life. It's just like, it's totally a fact. Like, look it up. I'm pretty sure like we all wouldn't be here today if like there was one man and one woman and then they separated and just did their own thing. We would not be where we are today. I don't know if that's true. I mean, there's a lot of things saying it is true that started with one person or like one amoeba or one monkey. I don't fucking know anymore, but you gotta work with other people in order to make things grow. I think that's the biggest tip I can have. And as a community manager, like, that's what I did. I did all the partnerships, BD. Like, you get other communities involved, and it doesn't have to be what you're thinking. Like, okay, so Arena, so like, do I have to put in a platform? Do I get another social fi involved? You can, but like, those people are going to be set on their startup of a platform that they're not going to want to change. So what communities are looking for that? Like, what communities are looking to also broaden their community? Those are the communities you need to look for. But yeah, I mean, like, if you think about like Pudgy Penguins in the NASCAR, they partnered with somebody to make him bigger. They partnered with, Doodles and McDonald's. Like, there's a lot of things, because like, we're now not in 2021 anymore. The recipe that worked then will not work now. So things are always evolving. You have to evolve your mind as well. And that's probably the biggest alpha I can give without giving it away. Okay. Like, it's just a fact. So I think that if anybody No, Avalanche didn't get where they were today by just being AVAX. They got here today by the partnerships. They got here today by like continuously thinking and growing. Same with other blockchains, same with Bitcoin, same with things. Like people talked about it so much that now look at it. Like that is what gets things to grow. That's how companies market their companies. They partner with other people, especially like you see all these TikTok people making TikTok videos for things. Like there's a reason they were hired to do that because they liked their vibe so much. They felt like it was a great match. And if you're a smart creator, you pick things that like you like and that you vibe with. You don't just take the deal because you need money. Do it if you need to. Like that's I'm not here to judge. We've all done it. But when you take something you like and you truly shine through that, people gravitate towards that thing more. And that's exactly what anybody in life wants. It's just I mean, I would more inclined to buy a product from somebody that I really liked and enjoyed watching every single day than somebody that I did not know and just kind of showed the product in a boring way. So yeah, okay. I think I talked a lot. I don't know. But I'll see you guys literally at the top of the hour on build mode. We're launching on Arena. It's our very first one, and we're really excited for it. Have like Arena news and updates, and also, yeah, we have the summit, AVAX on summits coming up, and talking about. We have a lot of questions for them. So if you guys want to get to know them a little bit more, definitely see you at the top of the hour. But we'll see you guys later. I'll see you tonight too. Like I will be streaming tonight. I know I said this last week, but I will be streaming tonight. Ascent Rivals. And we'll be pew pewing it up in my little race car. So I'm sorry, it's not a race car. It's like a jet pilot. It's giving Star Wars racing vibes. I don't know, I'm here for it. It takes me back to Sega. So yeah. Anyways, bye guys. Love you so much. Thanks for the comments, shares, hearts, likes, views, all of it. Even if you just looked at it for a second and fucked off, like thank you because that still helps. So see you guys later. Bye. Have a great day, Alex. I'll see you later. See you later, puppy. Oh, eat puppy. I got a lot of money. No, I don't. But I could someday. Bye.